Hey, Viking fans, this is Keith Millard, and you are listening to the One Bar and Lupicus Show. Go Vikes!
All right, welcome back to the One Bar and Lupicus Show. I'm One Bar with Lupicus, and it is time to talk some damn training camp.
Yeah, we've been kind of holding off before tackling training camp too much here, but we're damn near end of June, almost to July. We can smell July coming around the corner, and it smells glorious. So yes, let's hop right into some training camp talk.
Yeah, we're training camp starts July 28th for the Vikings. We're going to talk about some position battles that we should have their eyes on that we're so excited about. Five position battles. Remember, subscribe to the channel, like the videos. Talking Vikings every damn day.
Absolutely, and let's start with one here. It's a rookie battling against a veteran, a beleaguered veteran at that. It's the right guard spot. It's Wyatt Davis versus Dakota Dozier, and every Vikings fan has seen enough of Dakota Dozier. Yes, he'll be playing a new side this year, but I don't think anybody's expecting anything to change. The Vikings threw him out there every single day, every single game last year, and he sucked every single game. He was horrible. I know he has versatility. He can pretty much play anywhere on the line, but you got this pounder, this violent guy coming up, breathing up his ass, Wyatt Davis, who brings something new to the Vikings O-line. I think every Vikings fan's hoping he can overcome the veteran in this one.
Yeah, you mentioned Dakota Dozier and Wyatt Davis. I think it's Wyatt Davis versus more like Mason Cole. I don't think Dakota Dozier's in the mix. I think Mason Cole is a dark horse to nab one of these guard spots. I mean, Ezra Cleveland seems to have that left one down, but I got my eye on Mason Cole, so I think it's going to be Mason Cole or Wyatt Davis.
Yeah, that's a good point. And, Mason Cole, he has been a little better at guard than he has been at center, but I think any Vikings fan will be more than happy if it's anybody other than Dakota Dozier.
Yeah, Mason Cole, 32 games started in the NFL. He's played all over the place, mostly at center, but he has played guard. But like you said, really the end game is as long as it's not Dakota Dozier, everybody's pulling for Wyatt Davis. So these are the guys. I mean, we'd love to say that Kyle Hinton's in the mix here, but we got to be realistic. When all is said and done, who do you think, what is your projection? Who is our starting right guard week one?
I do think it's going to be Wyatt Davis. I think that's what the Vikings want. That's why they took him in round 3. And then they're going to do everything they can to make sure that happens. He's really going to have to step on his dick, I think, to lose this right guard spot.
I am also going with Mr. Wyatt Davis, but I think the second guy up will be Mason Cole. Yes.
I'll take that. I agree with that. All right, what do you got next?
All right, let's go to just a riveting battle here. And this is the kicker position, a position that has just been complete missionary at best over the last handful of years. This year we got two new guys in the mix, Greg Joseph and undrafted free agent Riley Patterson. Riley Patterson, who, by the way, loves the Vikings, wanted the Vikings to draft his ass. We didn't, but he said second best thing was signing with them. So those are our two guys.
Yeah, and this is going to be an interesting one, and hopefully both these guys get a fair shot. Greg Joseph is a veteran, but has not kicked in the NFL since 2019. Has not attempted a field goal since 2018. So really, both these guys are coming in with a lot of experience, a lot of at least recent experience on our team. Obviously, Riley Patterson has 0. I don't know. I mean, this is going to be a battle where I think we have, 3 preseason games? You want to give each guy a turn and then maybe split that last one and see who it's going to be. I think this is going to be toe-to-toe. I think this is going to go late into the season. And I wasn't trying to be tongue-in-cheek when I said toe-to-toe, but that was pretty good.
It was all right.
So I think this is going to come down the wire. And really, hopefully, whoever the Vikings get is an improvement over Bailey next year.
Yeah, I think at this point it's Greg Joseph's kind of spot to lose. He might not have kicked much in the NFL, but when he has kicked, he's done pretty damn good. 17-20 all time. And then, he's got the experience where he's bounced around from a handful of teams. I like that. He's not coming in baby fresh like a rookie Riley Patterson, but Patterson's damn good himself. 77 career percentage in college, and 9 of those misses were from 50 plus. So Patterson's got a big old hog of a leg on him, but I think Joseph would really have to screw up. I think they like Joseph.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't know. Maybe they like Patterson too.
All right. Well, there we go. Next up, let's go to a more sexier position. Let's go wide receiver 3.
Yeah, and the battle here is going to be between incumbent Chad Beebe and rookie wide receiver Amir Smith-Marset, the 4th round pick.
Not putting BC in the mix here?
No. BC couldn't beat out Beebe last year, so I think it's going to be Chad Beebe, who the coaching staff apparently loves. He was a little better last year than he was the year before. He came in as an undrafted guy, ran some great routes, showed some sticky hands. Then he kind of had some struggles catching the ball. He's undersized. He's not the fastest guy out there, but he can get open. Again, his route running is pretty slick. But I think Smith Marset gives you a little more explosive, and, maybe can make that big play. And, when you got every defense, going to try to hone in and stop Jefferson and Thielen. I think there's going to be some opportunities here for the wide receiver 3 to make some plays.
Yeah. I mean, I hate to say it. I don't know why I got such a taste of ass in my mouth about BB, but I think he's the front runner here. He ended on a good note last year. He did actually look pretty good at the end of the season. In my heart, I hope it's Smith Marset. But I think wide receiver 3 is just going to be a conglomeration of different players.
Yeah, let's hope so. I bet you BB gets the start from day one and maybe takes that in the first quarter of the season before Smith Marset gets worked in some more. But, Clint Kubiak's the offensive coordinator now. His father loved Chad Beebe, and I'm pretty sure he's forcing that love upon his son. So I think it is going to be Chad Beebe as well.
I do think BC will be a little bit in the mix. But also BC is one of my guys that I think could be a surprise cut as well. So,
did your father ever force love onto you?
Yes, he did. We used to watch Coach every Tuesday night. It was a very good bonding experience. I enjoyed it. What a show.
Nice.
Hayden Fox, one of the better coaches in television history.
Went downhill when you went to Orlando.
Had to chase that cheddar, baby. Let's go linebacker 3. Linebacker 3. We know we got Kendricks. We know we got Anthony Barr, and really the Vikings, they generally just have those guys out there. Yes, they'll throw a third linebacker. But we haven't had a linebacker 3, whether it's based off of injuries over the last couple of years. We just haven't had that solid trio out there at one time.
Yeah, Eric Wilson, I don't know if he was ever out there at the same time as those other two, maybe at least a game or two. But this is going to be the question here. They bring in Nick Vigil. Everybody kind of assume was going to get that spot, and then go draft Chaz Surratt in round 3. Surratt can really play anywhere. But I think that's going to be who it comes down to. A couple of dark horses there. You got Troy Dye. Maybe he bulked up over the offseason. Maybe he found some shoulder pads that are actually supposed to be for the linebacking core. And I'm even going to throw Blake Lynch in the mix just because when we saw him, what do you have? About 10, 11 tackles. He was one of the few bright spots in that shit show Christmas Day massacre against the Saints. So I think he's in the mix as well. So I really think this could be, you got your top 2 lead dogs and 2 or 3 scrappy pups fighting for the spot.
Scrappy from Scooby-Doo. Underrated character.
I think he's overrated.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at these guys, it's gonna be interesting who ends up getting that starting spot, because it's kind of like you look at these guys, they're kind of like a bunch of burnt grilled cheeses. Not bad, still good, not great.
Yeah, could be better.
Could be better. I think Ryan Connolly is a guy that could actually be in the mix. Aside from injuries, he had a lot of high hopes, especially when at the Giants had a couple of good years. But I think it's going to come down to Nick Vigil or Troy Dye. I think they're going to really give Troy Dye one more opportunity. They must have wanted him damn bad. Must have saw something in him. So, but you do make a good point. Blake Lynch, I think, should be in the mix. Chaz Surratt, I think he's a year away from actually competing for one of those spots. But I'm gonna project Troy Dye is actually going to be linebacker 3.
Well, I'm gonna go and say Nick Vigil, even though I think it's almost as equal chance he has to make the team. So I think I'm gonna go with Nick Vigil though. But I think this is one where we're gonna kind of get a sense early in camp who is the front runner, just by who's being worked in with the ones, and this first couple preseason games how they wrote their defense. So I think we'll have an idea pretty early on this one.
All right, let's go to the final training camp battle that we have. Let us know in the comments what battle you're most looking forward to. Let's go to that beautiful revamped defensive line. We got, or defensive end, I should say. We got Danielle Hunter back. Who is going to be playing opposite that beautiful beast?
Yeah, this is crazy because you got Stephen Riley coming in, Patrick Jones, Janarius Robinson, Jordan Brailford.
Okay, don't take Jordan Brailford out of the.
I'm just saying
this is a starter. We're talking starters here.
Well, then Sheldon Richardson's even in the mix because there's talk he might get bumped out to defensive end. So, I think they're going to let these young guys see what they got. Let them get some reps early. But I think it's going to be one of the veterans. I think your day one starter probably going to be Stephen Weatherly. And again, I don't think he's going to have a long leash. I think they just kind of do that because he's experienced. But, he had a good 6-game stretch when Griffin was out a couple years ago. But, he failed as a starter in Carolina. I don't know. Well, he did. You can't sugarcoat it. He was horrible. So, yeah, I know he's a veteran. But I think Patrick Jones has a fair shot to get this. I think Wanham, looks like he's backing up Hunter on his side, but who knows? Maybe they'll move him to the left side too. So you can throw Wanham in the mix as well, who at times last year was their best pass rusher. So how he progresses in year 2 will be huge. And whether they do shift that line around and move these guys different spots. But this could be like you mentioned with the cornerbacks, or no, what position? Just you're going to keep fresh. You're going to keep rotating these guys in. So I think that's how it's going to be here.
Jordan Brailford, I'm still very surprised that his name was mentioned in this conversation.
Hey, we mentioned Blake Lynch. You might as well mention Jordan Brailford.
Blake Lynch, you're right. All right. So I'm going, you're right. Stephen Weatherly didn't appear to have a fantastic season, but Carolina's defense was complete shit. So we gotta give him a little bit of a pass. I think Patrick Jones, we're going to see glimpses of him where some games we'll just see a heavy dose of him, and maybe he'll be inactive the next week. I think it's going to be pretty crazy. Same with Robinson. I think it comes down to Weatherly or DJ Wanham, and I'm going Weatherly too. Like you said, he might start the first couple of weeks, but all of a sudden just drifts off into the mist, and all of a sudden we see a heavy dose of Patrick Jones. But I think Wanham could be a dark horse to get that spot, but I'm going Weatherly. This will be a fun one to watch.
You think they're actually going to start Sheldon Richardson at end?
No. I think he might bump over to end maybe once in a blue moon, but hell no. You keep him where he's good. You keep him in the middle next to those big boys.
Yeah, I feel the same way there. So I don't think he's really going to be in the mix at defensive end. But yeah, Weatherly Jones is what's going to probably come down to, unless they move Wanham over there too. So a three-headed monster. We're going to look at it there.
You know what the best part is about all these position battles we're going over? It's kind of like they're all second-tier battles. Like we don't have this one battle that's just like right at the top where we're shitting our pants who's going to be the starter. This is a good sign. It's a good sign.
Yeah, no, it is. I mean, it's not like there's a lot of starting spots up for grabs like we've seen in years past. And we can maybe do another video about some, down the depth chart battles that we're looking forward to too, because there's some damn juicy ones when these guys are fighting for roster spots. So
Blake Brandel versus Oli Udo.
That is one. I mean, the Vikings, front office did a great job fleshing out this depth chart. There's competition all up and down this thing. It's gonna be a fun camp, and it's gonna be a fun preseason.
All right, let us know in the comments your battles, who you think is gonna win, if Lupagus is attractive or not. Anything you want, hit us up in the comments.
All right, remember this: the female ferret will die if she doesn't have sex for a year.